So it's a combination of XRP being used as a solution and then the rapid pace of adoption and that accelerating. Can you speak to the supply? I've used the term supply shock eventually is coming in for XRP. How much is actually floating out there here? I mean, obviously, if XRP goes up to $5 or $10, there might be another, billion XRP that gets sold. How much is out there though for retail to even pick up?
It's going to depend on the ratio for the ETFs and if that's part of that when that's going on, right? So right now there's around 1,000 XRP per share of the ETFs that are going to be issued. And so if that's the case, I mean, they're going to have to be buying up gobs and gobs of XRP to back those ETF shares that they're going to be selling.
So every share of the ETFs that they're proposing would be backed by 1,000 XRP.
That's one of the ratios, right? So there's different people that have announced different ratios.
So we'll see a range, won't we? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Depending on which one you're, buying into, they'll be priced different and they'll have a different amount of XRP that backs it. Same thing with the Bitcoin ETFs, right? But there's going to be a ton of demand because it's spot. They have to accumulate that much XRP to back those shares. When I spoke with Simon at Uphold, he asked me how much XRP I thought was between the exchanges and retail. And I told him somewhere between 5 and 6 billion. And he said, yeah, I think that's about right. And if anybody's going to know, I would bet that Uphold would know.
Yeah. One of the top exchanges for XRP also tapped in with Ripple's on-demand liquidity. So they get to see both sides of this scenario.
I think what could be left is somewhere between $500 million and $1 billion on the exchanges available for purchase. And I really don't think retail holds much. I think retail is somewhere between 1.2 and 2 billion XRP is all of retail is what they hold. We, have a good portion of that with Digital Wealth Partners, close to 150 million XRP for our clients that are holding that in institutional custody and working with us to be able to earn returns and borrow against that. So, meeting with 2,500 people over the last 4 years in the space, I think I have a good idea of how much XRP is out there in the retail community. And to your point, a portion of those people are going to liquidate a big piece of their bag on the way up, but it's still only maybe a billion XRP that could flow onto the market. 1/100th of the supply that might be available. So when there is a supply shock, it's going to be significant.
Yeah.